What's up, boys? Today we're going to be checking out the Temtem Swarm demo for the Steam Next Fest and upcoming co-op creature collecting Bullet Heaven. Currently just the free demo on Steam. They do have up to 3-player co-op available for it, and I believe that's already in the demo. There's a looking for group channel on the official Discord for the game. Can I swap that one to manual aim? It seems to be kind of weird aiming on the wave. Huge tsunami at high speed that sweeps the floor for several meters. Ooh, ultimate. Yeah, manual aim would be a lot better for that. There was something early on. You can also do like click movement, it looks like. Yeah. You can hold the mouse down for actually more precise movement than WASD. Key field, area that extends around the Temtem, deals constant damage, reduces the cooldown of techniques by 5%, scratches the nearest enemy. Let me get some auras going on. Okay, that seems pretty tiny at the very start. Spend Pansons to get something there, it said. So 5% Temtem damage, 5% of the currency it looks like. Or an ink blast that poisons enemies. Let's get even more attacks. Enhance your Tem, something about a skill tree there. Kind of got messed up by the level up occurring at the same time. Duration of techniques by 10%. Temtem damage 5%, scratch the nearest enemy. Can I... Oh, it actually has an arrow on the ones it affects. Okay, that's pretty helpful. So 10% on 2 different ones, and we can look for a 4th ability that also scales with duration maybe, so that could end up being pretty good. Actually feel like the mouse movement is going to be way better for the poison breath type thing, although it's easier to sort of stop and keep spraying it over there. With the WASD, I guess you can freely swap between them if you like. Duration of techniques, we have that. HP recovery, extends around the Temtem and deals constant damage. Can I see if that scales with duration? I am not sure. I guess it would probably have the tag up here somewhere. Can I look at my other abilities from here? It doesn't seem like it. Let's just pass for now. Can I see like the tags on them or anything? Synergies? It doesn't seem... Oh, here we go. Range type, melee. It doesn't tell you what they scale with, unfortunately, it looks like. So I guess you kind of have to grab all of your active abilities that you want first, and then just use the arrows on level up. You have an ultimate, and I kind of want to see what happens. Okay, big tsunami on the entire screen. Pretty cool. Key field to 2, extra area, duration. Temtem speed by 5%. Let's get some decent area, I think, for that. Complete a spot to obtain rewards. Can we go in the water, actually? Okay, that's pretty cool. Some nice varied environment so far on just the first map, it seems like. That is very far away, and we are leaving a lot of XP behind going for this, so I hope it's worth it. Having some sort of like distance marker as you're moving towards that would be pretty nice, so you can at least tell how much longer it'll take to get there. Break the Temtem nest. And to be honest, there's kind of a lot of enemies right now, and these weapons feel a bit weak. Poison Breath seems okay with some decent duration, but the other two are feeling pretty lackluster right now. Guess we have to hope that the waves will slowly wear it down from long range. Duration, cooldown, harmful water projectile. Doesn't sound like that would work with duration, so let's get some cooldown. That's usually one of the best stats in these types of games. Wave that damages random enemy. Cooldown down by 0.5. Oh, you can see that shows it scales with the two passives up here as well. That's kind of nice. We probably do need some levels on our actual active weapons to actually kill stuff here. Did I destroy it, or did I run out of time or something? I don't know, but we are getting completely swarmed now. Let's get some more cooldown. It looks like the cooldown didn't apply to the garlic weapon there. So probably not a lot of passive scaling options for that weapon. %5 HP. Ooh, evolution. Get a decent amount of HP, a little bit of whatever that is, and a little bit of probably movement speed. Pretty long animation there, but it didn't look like we took any damage from the projectiles that hit us. Yeah, it does seem like the movement speed went up a decent amount. Can I see the other stats there? I'm guessing that's damage, and then that's pretty obvious. So that's our currency. I haven't seen anything to use it on. That's, I guess, how many we've killed. Ink blast that poisons, 50% damage on that. Wow. Duration, cooldown. Yeah, let's go ahead and take that. Seems like one of the biggest damage dealers so far. Cooldown, 5% damage. Yeah, I think that was damage then. Scratch nearby enemy. I think cooldown helps the most here, since each level in that actually becomes better as you approach 100%. If we could get that poison breath up to nearly constantly being active with the cooldown and duration, that would be extremely helpful. Cooldown, water projectile duration, more cooldown. Okay, a giant charge attack, wow. And he moves during that as well? I am very quickly running out of room to move. I don't know what that thing is. I think we're going to have to unlock some new abilities, because it's very hard to actually hit some of these right now without taking a ton of damage. And that doesn't sound super useful, just scratching one enemy. We could definitely use some more cooldown. I didn't even have time to dodge that. Looks like we got a small magnet or something off of that. Didn't seem like it pulled everything. They're all on fire now. It just doesn't really feel like I have the opportunity to even attack the boss. Okay, we got a cherry for a little bit of healing. Those seem to be pretty rare so far, though. That was the first one I've seen. And we have nowhere to move now. I could try a bit of movement. That's actually a pretty big increase to the fire rate. I guess we'll take the weapon level. Of course, that one is completely useless against the boss. Okay, huge cooldown it looks like. That was insanely good, what? So we got a bunch of passive levels and some currency it looks like. Water, armor, cooldown up to legend level. I think cooldown helps the most here. Scratch, duration, HP. More duration for those two, I think. I think for the mouse movement, it would be nice if there was one where it just constantly moved you without having to hold it down, and then maybe clicking to toggle it on or off. Toss out an ultimate, help out a bit with that. There's still an entire screen full of enemies. I don't know if that even did anything. Okay, we got some sort of freeze effects. There's just nowhere to move right now. And there's so many that I don't think speed will really help. So I guess more duration for those two. More duration it looks like. Yeah, there's just no way to avoid everything, it seems like. Looks like it's one of the games where you'll need to get some meta progression before you can win some of the stages. Okay, there's an actual magnet, it looks like. Absorption area, so that sounds like pickup radius. Damage of water, that's just one. None of these really help at this point. Duration only works on those. Oh, I didn't see that earlier. Attack area, that would have been pretty helpful early on. Attack area, duration. Don't I? Oh, that probably replaces one of them, I guess, since we have 4. Let's get some more area. Yeah, the charges actually seem to be hitting a bit outside of the graphic that it's showing as well. And then they kind of move towards you a bit there as well. So key field 17.3, wave was 71.1. Actually pretty high there. Toxic ink actually felt like it was doing the most, but ended up being the worst, huh? Guess it also depends on how long you had them, but it looks like we need to be going for the wave more. And just scaling that one up. Let's see if there's any meta progression we can get here. Skill nodes, skill trees, pull technique. Oh, we probably buy the stuff with that after the run, huh? So kudos are like the quests or achievements in the game, it looks like. So here's the skills. It looks like there's a different one for each of the Temtems in the game. Tsunami, wave, 0.5% damage per level of water or toxic techniques. Cooldown of ultimates, tsunami damage. So you actually have to do kudos in the game to unlock a bunch of the stuff in here as well. It's kind of weird that the node you have to take is locked before you can even get these, right? Yeah, I can't upgrade those yet. That's kind of strange. Temtem's damaged by 10%. Range class techniques. 10% speed is pretty good. Cooldown, armor. Damage of water type, lots of locked stuff. Critical, chance and damage. Status conditions. Maximum HP, luck, Pansons, pickup absorption. I really dislike when games have like a meta system and then you basically have to spend a lot of your early currency into just increasing the meta income, because then you're just spending basically everything to get that out to maximize that. But I guess we probably have to do that. We'll get some tsunami damage since that seemed pretty good. A little bit of damage here, that's pretty cheap. Speed, that's nice for only 150. But then we probably have to put a bunch into this just so we can actually unlock all of the stuff. Oh, you have to get 2 of the levels before it looks like. We can only get 1 point now. Range of pickup absorption, that would be pretty good for 150. Oh, I guess you have to get both of these sides to unlock that since we have the 1 dot there. 5% HP, not really. Another 5%. Let's get a bit of armor, since there seemed to be quite a bit of unavoidable damage there, and then we have 375 left. Bit of cooldown, I guess? Or a bit of movement. Alright, so now we have actually a pretty good stat increase, and the tsunami got some extra damage. Skills. Oh. Variations, not unlocked yet. So I think the wave was scaling with duration. We definitely want that, cooldown, and area. And then I guess probably damage to go with that. Oh, water techniques would be good as well. That was the weak one. So here's cooldown. We'll go ahead and grab that. So this is not a water type, and it also doesn't scale with a lot of the passives we want for the tsunami. And I think we want to try all water-based stuff for the passive on this dude. Let's go ahead and... I do want that. Let's actually get a second water attack for now. And we also didn't even try out that one. Drill. Number of enemies projectiles pierce before disappearing. So that doesn't work on the primary ability. So I think we will probably not take that. We definitely want this one. That's a massive improvement. A third of the cooldown is gone. It pierces more and damage on top of that. Alright, let's try that. Cooldown, water damage, barrier that spreads and blocks damage in the direction you're facing. Well, it's new. Let's try it. Looks like it knocks them back. I'm not sure if it's doing any damage. Doesn't seem like it. I guess we should go ahead and pop the ultimate, clear them out for some good damage time. 5%. We got the thermal paste, and we definitely want water with how focused we are on that. I'm not sure if we want the regular damage. Cooldown goes down a bit. That could be pretty helpful to buy some space for us in the direction we're moving. Water Blade gains a lot of area, some decent duration. Sure. Only one ability, probably wait well, I don't want that since we want to go all water type if possible. That doesn't sound very useful. It's okay. This at least increases my highest level ability, I guess. Can I actually see any of these synergy stuff? Doesn't seem like it. Pierce, cooldown, scratch. Probably some cooldown to get our non-directional damage up a bit. We really need some more levels on the basic ability so I can actually hit stuff behind me. Feed the spawn Temtem? I don't even see anything. I guess we'll pop the wave. I'm not sure what it wants me to defeat here. Evolution. I guess that's not ideal when we're trying to kill something in time, but oh well. A lot of stats. Number of pierces, pantons. Armor, pantons. Ooh, wave, we can... Wait, is that the ultimate? That's... No, it is that. It just doesn't show anything over there. Cooldown, duration. That works on all three. Yeah, we gotta take that. Ink blast. More wave. It's going to be very hard to kill a charging boss when my main weapon fires directly in front of me. We're just going to have to avoid everything and hope the wave attack occasionally hits him. Area works on all three. I like that. Toss out ultimate. That'll give us a little bit of time to hit him. Barrier, blade, duration, wave. That gets a lot of area and some decent cooldown. And that's probably my best bet for helping with the boss. That goes up to 2 projectiles though. Plus a ton of stats on top of that. Yeah, that's pretty huge. ultimate, buy us some time to hit him with the wave attacks a bit. Yeah, the charge attacks are just hitting you way more often than it feels like. He wasn't even close to hitting me there yet. We can grab the wave level for the area and cooldown. Yup. Wow. 6 levels? So we got 2 active skills, that's just the knockback, 3 passives, and a bit of currency. Number of projectiles. It only works on one of them, huh? I'm not sure if that's worth it. It is level 4. Can I... We definitely want cooldown, and then duration works on all 3, and then area works on all 3. So I would have to replace the drill. So it comes down to which of these abilities I like more, I guess. Probably easier to use the one that doesn't require me to be facing them, so I guess we'll try this. Extends around the Temtem and deals constant damage. More waves since we got 4 passives for that, yup. Toss out an ultimate, buy us a little bit of time. Please, waves, target it. Area, Fierce Claw, Key Field, Fluid Barrier. 50% area and some duration? I guess we try that. Wait for the knockback, and then we can hopefully run through them. Claw, area, fluid barrier, cooldown, and knockback. Let's get the damage-based stuff up a bit here. Feels like you just very quickly get to a point where you can't really choose where you can move. And this is just the first map right now. Like, it's pretty much just the knockback that doesn't even deal damage, and then the ultimate every once in a while. And then other than that, I can barely even move. Wait for the knockback. He's charging right on top of it. Why does the charge hit me when I'm that far away from it? That's insane. I didn't even have close to enough time for that, so we'll go ahead and use our ultimates. And that's with a few points in the speed boost meta progression as well. Barrier upgrade, duration. That does work with the passive since it's poison and water. I think I'm gonna get the knockback up a bit since that's the only way I can even move around the map now. Need to find some breakables to hopefully get some fruits. Their ultimate's up pretty soon, and then I guess we can get a little bit of boss damage. Three passives plus 2 projectiles now. Area, cooldown, poison. Let's get that up to pretty high rarity, I think, since the legendary level seems like it has more of an increase. Probably cooldown. Yeah, 10% for that one. Sure. Ooh, we got the second evolution. A lot of HP, decent movement, decent damage. Yep. Duration, cooldown. Ooh, 10% area. We take that. Then some more cooldown. Feed as many Temtems before time runs out. Let's go ahead and pop the ultimates for some big AoE. Did I get anything for that? Nesla approaches. Yeah, I feel like the red area for the charge is just meaningless, since they changed direction so much from where it initially shows anyways. Duration, cooldown's pretty good. Toss another ultimate out. Very hard to use the water blade against a boss. There's just so many enemies around that I have to constantly knock back. So I can't really face the boss and avoid damage at the same time, it feels like. Get a little bit of time with an ultimate. Then he immediately charges. Jesus, where's he going? So yeah, I think it is a good thing that we went all in on the wave attack, since that at least fires behind me. Someone dropped some boots on the ground. Just so hard to actually attack him. Duration or another poison skill. Probably scale these up since these are all max level. Toss out another ultimate, get a little bit of time to hit him, hopefully. Doesn't seem like it's one-shotting all of the enemies anymore. Like, I can't hit him! There's too many enemies! trying to stay somewhat close to the fruit we have on the ground over here in case I ever need that. But there's also like a lot of little terrain, like these little things you can get caught on in this area as well, it feels like. Yeah, the ultimate just doesn't really seem to be doing a whole lot now. I guess the enemies keep scaling up here. Absorption, duration. Let's try and finish that one off since it works on everything. Get that up to epic. Yup. Another ultimates, trying to grab the healing to play it safe. Looks like the waves managed to finish him off there. The +2 projectiles passive was insanely helpful for that weapon. 213k, 118 on the water blade, actually not bad for the secondary weapon. And then the knockback was the only thing keeping me alive there. So we got a new stage, some eggs, gear? I don't know what that is. That might be the weapons you equip in the game. Oh, we unlocked synergies now. So that's probably an evolution for them. Defeat Nesla unless... That must be from when he spawns. There's no way you can defeat him in 1 minute from starting the stage. So we got a new one? Oh, we have to actually go in there and beat a spot now? So I guess we can only go here and put some more skills on him? Oh, we can do that here. So 2375, did we unlock anything new here? We still don't have that thing. Cooldown of ultimate had that. Water type. Oh, the trait by 0.5%. Critical status, maximum HP. Well, we kind of need this one. Can I? No, so you probably do have to get that. Oh, you need 4 over here? That is pretty good, 10% damage for each one. And that's about all we can do here, so I guess we have to play him some more. We do have another map. I guess we'll go ahead and check that out. I guess we'll try out the other abilities we haven't used yet that sound terrible. They don't synergize with this guy any, but I mean, it's a demo, we may as well. So I'm just hitting one close guy for like 40 damage. It must be able to increase the number of attacks at higher levels or something. And then we can also scale it up with that apparently. So that's pretty good then. Level 2 already? Sure. Well, I guess we're probably not going that since we have a legend plus 2 projectiles already. Just anything that can scale with that would be sick. I hope we can actually hatch the eggs on this map, because trying out new characters and all is one of the coolest parts in the early parts of these games. Here's enemy, 4 damage. I don't really like meta currency as an entire gear slot either, it just feels bad. And it's only 5% as well. I guess if it combines with one of the weapons for one of these synergies, then it's not as bad, since you're at least getting some power out of it in that case. But I haven't seen any of these synergies yet, so I don't know about that. I'm going to level this up, see if we can get anything that goes with the plus projectiles first before we commit to other weapons. Actually really hard for me to break the crates right now. Ooh, a boat. Go ahead and ult for some damage here in a little bit of time. It is so hard for me to even hit it right now. Area, speed, absorption. I guess we probably take the damage. Actually, we can freely swap stuff out at any time, so we can just grab the weapon here and then look for a projectile weapon later on. Scratch, wave. Ooh, regen, that's kind of nice actually. I think I'm gonna try getting the claw maxed out since that does work with the projectiles, and then we can get another one here. Water won't be as good for this run. Evolution, yup. Complete the capture spot to capture a new Temtem? I don't... Oh, it's over there, okay. The graphic is kind of small on the little tracker thing. Defend the egg. Go ahead and ult. Speed, water projectile. That doesn't scale with the passive, it looks like. So I'm just gonna level the claw for now. 2% or 2 damage is a little bit over 10%. Not really amazing. New Temtem. Ori. Heat missiles are fired in all directions, damage to enemies they touch. Ours at the nearest enemy. Oh, that's the ultimate, that's the basic. Starts with 1 dash. That would be helpful. So that's the passive thing where this guy has damage based on the number of water stuff. He has the dash instead of that, I think. Wave, garlic, absorption area. Let's level up the wave. Don't leave the area, it's so small. That's what she said. The key field, we don't really want that, and that's the only thing it really gave. 42? That seems tiny for a fairly difficult objective. More wave. Probably not. I think I will try out the region here. Damage region. That's a bit more helpful since we're going multi-elements here. We definitely want the cooldown reduction at some point. But I think that's fine for the 4 different passives here. Passes a weapon, bit of money. Water blades doesn't work with the projectiles. It doesn't look like there's going to be a weapon that we can use to go with that. I guess we'll try a bit of toxic ink again then. Damage, duration works on only those 2. I'll take the damage, I think. I guess we will end up keeping this, actually. We haven't really had a run where we heavily focused that and got decently far yet, so we can see how it works out. It just doesn't feel like there is much of a selection in the weapons and passives right now. Like maybe 6 of each of them with 4 slots, so there doesn't really feel like there's a lot of choice right now. Defeat the spawn Temtem for an experience boost? Yeah, more area, sure. HP or damage, fire rate on the key field, that's a pretty big increase, sure. Armor actually wouldn't be terrible to go with the region. Tank build it is. Is that just a flat reduction? Or a percent reduction, I guess? I can't really hover over any of the stats here. I'm guessing it's just a 5% reduction, but I can't really tell. Well, good thing I'm tank build because that's a lot of enemies. Damage, armor. Tank build it is. I'm also very melee with these weapons, the claws and the aura, so kind of do need to be able to take some hits to actually leverage them correctly. Armor... Sure. I can't select it. Oh, weird. Damage, damage, pantons. Damage, armor, more armor. Evolution, yup. Area would have been very helpful. Those are both level 4, so it's probably too late. Actually, I'm curious if it will keep the same level of the item as it replaces. I doubt it will, but that would be pretty cool. I guess we have to replace the damage to check that. Or the projectiles. It only works on 2. Probably damage. Okay, so level 1 like I expected. What is going on over there? Let's get the Ink Blast up. That one's still pretty far behind. Is it actually poison, or is that just like an element for the damage? It says it poisons enemies, but it doesn't tell me what that does. Okay, it's a small amount of ticking damage, it looks like. Yeah, the mouse movement actually is really nice after playing with it for a bit. Just being able to target everything precisely like that, tick them one time with the poison and just instantly turn away is pretty cool. Big armor, cooldown, more armor. Oshira approaches. It doesn't look like the poison stacks. Probably just want to ult on cooldown for the extra damage. He just instantly hits you with a charge if you're close to him. Even though the red square literally just spawned there. Makes it kind of rough for melee builds, it feels like. 40 healing. Let's grab probably the Toxic Ink. Seems like one of the easier attacks to hit him with here, since we can get some good spray damage here as he's channeling that attack. I kind of wanted to go for the event here, but I think we actually need to go for the fruit that I left over there. I cannot move through that. Well, I'm right here. I can see what it is. It's actually dying pretty quickly. We can probably do that. Poison and 28? That seems insanely low. I did get a little bit of healing off of that at least. The regen passive is actually quite nice here, it feels like. Has done a ton of healing so far. Waterblade? No. We'll take the area. Just trying to like one-tick him with the poison spray so we can at least keep the damage over time on him. There's some damage. It's kind of hard to damage him otherwise. There's just so many enemies. Other ultimates. Back to the lands of the fruits, so I can play a little bit more aggressively now. Attack area, yup. Hit damage up by 1, it's not amazing. Probably just take some more AoE and hope that helps us land some more attacks. Another ult out. The boss fights feel a bit off to me right now. I think they have too much HP for how little damage uptime you have because of the sheer number of enemies that are spawning. Like, you can barely attack the boss, but they have so much HP considering that. More area. I think the build I have here isn't really doing me any favors. The aura basically isn't hitting him, and the claws are never going to hit the boss either. So all I can really do is ult and tick him with the poison. Another ult, and then we probably have to go for some healing soon. I guess while he's channeling, that's a good time. That did not do a lot, huh? I guess the different fruits probably have a different healing, and cherry must be the lowest one. Like, I just literally can't even attack him now. I don't really understand what they're going for with this design. Like, normally there will be different boss abilities that you're supposed to solve in a certain way, but the sheer number of enemies doesn't really give you anything to do. More area. All you can really do is focus on avoiding the enemies. You can't really do like a DPS window or anything. Get an ultimate up, and I have to use it, I guess. There's just so many enemies, my god. Peach has some decent healing. Like, I can't even move! 10% is decent. We might need the healing, but I also definitely need more damage and AoE. Like, the ultimate doesn't really even buy you any damage time because there's such an absurd number of enemies here. It should at least let you hit the boss for a few seconds, you know? One damage. I can probably last a while longer with the regen and armor. Might pay off still. Peach is helpful. Their ultimates, that's pretty helpful right here. I don't know, it just feels kind of weak. I can at least get some damage when he's channeling that attack. There's just so many enemies, man. We can max out the area, and that's a pretty impactful one. There's nothing else I'd take here anyways. The cherries are just so weak at this point. And I can't even pick that one up. Yeah, let's grab some healing now. Another ult. Isn't that very similar to the League of Legends victory logo? Defeated bosses. So 126 on the key field, 109 Fierce Claw. Toxic Ink came pretty late. Wave did a ton, and we weren't really scaling it up that much. We had... Actually, I think most of my passives did work on it still. Well, we had 2 survivability, and then we had the projectiles, which worked on the claw and the wave. And then I forget what the other one was. I think global damage. You can't hover over them here, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Tank build eventually pulled it off, but it was a slog. Got a Daredevil's Cloak, and we rescued a new egg. So that's a passive, I think, for the gear? Or wait, no, I'm not sure. Those both might be passives. 2600 meta currency at least. And then we have a new guy now with the fire ultimate. And it looks like some sort of ranged physical attack or something as his basic attack with a dash. We can take a quick look at his skills. 5% cooldown. That is extremely good for 200. Seems kind of nuts. 5% area right after that. Projectiles on the passive tree? Seems kind of nuts. Status condition, cooldown on the ultimate. armor, HP, pickup radius, Pansons, luck. I actually don't know what luck does. The skills have a different rarity, but you can pretty easily grab all of them with the limited selection. Maybe it increases the rarity of fruit drops or something? Not sure on that. Damage, range class techniques, and critical damage. The passives seem nuts here. Up to 25% cooldown, 25% area, and an extra projectile for everything. Seems pretty strong, but we are out of time for now. I think the game has a lot of potential. It has a lot of systems that I like. It already has a 3-player co-op, which you can apparently just straight up join or create a party for, so there's matchmaking for it already. You can collect a bunch of eggs to hatch new Temtems. You can evolve them in your current run. There's the ultimate system. I feel like the bosses didn't really hit the mark though. There's a ton of different achievements to get. Wow, that's a lot. Like, there were so many enemies that spawned during the boss fights, you can't really interact with the boss at all. All you can really do is focus on avoiding as much damage as possible, and then hope that you have enough range damage to slowly whittle them down, it felt like. I guess we can get a lot stronger from the passive trees skill, so that will make a decent difference. But it felt like more of a mechanical thing. Oh, he has projectiles out now as well. That's the thing that was hidden over there. Okay. And then we can actually get to these now with some extra piercing if I want that. Looks like that's all of the new stuff we got here. Still don't have that one, so we can't even get over there. But yeah, that's the demo for Temtem Swarm. It's available on Steam for the next fest right now if you want to try it out for yourself. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.